New technologies and new media actually have an enormous impact on our democracies. We can speak of a true revolution that's only just begun. Domestically, such as in the Netherlands or in European societies, we see that politicians are only beginning to understand what is possible when citizens can easily talk to each other, when information can be publicly available, searchable, and more transparency and accountability are generated in our democracies. But of course, the impact of new media and technology is also felt in our foreign policy, where we have to be very much aware of the new opportunities, but also the new realities and the risks they involve. Roughly, technologies have shown us that there's a difference between open and closed, between open societies and closed societies. And of course, this is an opportunity when it comes to increasing democratization and human rights. Because through new technologies, societies that were closed off before can be reached, and the citizens within those societies have access to information from the outside, information that's uncensored and unfiltered, and they can communicate with each other, both within the country or outside. When we think about the distinction between open societies and closed societies, we see that technologies have both opportunities for increasing democratization and improving human rights, as well as threats, because those repressive governments have also discovered the new opportunities that new media and technologies bring, and are often using it to repress people through censoring information, filtering people through their use of internet, their email, their Facebook, their Twitter. There are people who are imprisoned for having written a blog, for having posted something on Facebook, and there are people who have been tortured for the password of their email address. And so in order to encourage more openness, more democracy, more human rights, Europe has to have policies that are taking in consideration the threats and enhancing the opportunities. And at this moment, I don't think many politicians are completely aware of the scope and the extent to which new technologies are changing our democracies. I've initiated a report that will focus on the role of culture and new media in the EU's external actions. Since the Treaty of Lisbon that was adopted last year, the EU has one foreign policy, and we're developing the policy instruments and the tools to make policy into a reality. And I believe very much that we, Europeans, as belonging to a community of values, should make sure that we use new technologies and new media to help people connect to each other, connect to information without being censored, to speak freely, and to engage in democratic activities. And that's why I'm writing the report with recommendations to Catherine Ashton and to Neelie Kroes to make sure that the EU is an open beacon also on the internet, and that new technologies are used to enhance opportunities and to limit threats, and that we're fully aware of the full spectrum of the impact of new technologies on our democracies.